Today we're talking about one of the hottest fads around with retro gaming that can make you a ton of money right this very second on eBay. Hey, Don the Auction Professor. Today we're going to talk about an incredible niche area that can make you a ton of money. It's something you can get for almost free, if not free, all the time. We're going to talk about vintage TVs, the CRTs of the day back from the 60s, 70s, and 80s that are now being used for retro gaming. We're going to have a look at CRT TVs and some of the values they go for right now. CRT cathode ray tube TVs are well sought after because of the CRT aspect of it. That is what the old school gamers want. They're taking the CRTs out and they're putting them in cabinets and making old school arcade games out of them. It's a big fad. Now they've made modern versions of these with just newer screens, but the retro gamer dieharders want the original screen. That's what I would want if I was going to invest in something like that. An arcade back in the 80s was a hangout place for most. I remember the days hanging out in the arcades. There's something about the look, the feel of the old screens to me and to most retro gamers. So that's why these have picked up in value immensely. Now this is something you can still see laying on the side of the road for nothing on garbage day. We find free TVs like this or down to $5 all the time on Craigslist locally, something you can pick up. People will talk about shipping and the whole works. They're charging $129 to ship this. You could pay a service for that $129 to have them wrap it and ship it, such as UPS or FedEx. So look into it. It's not as expensive as you would think. And as I said, you can have somebody else wrap it included in the fee. They probably paid almost nothing for this. They sold it for $270 basically. So the money is there to get these. Now is the time to be looking into these right this very minute. These are hot. The supply of the specific screens that everybody wants has dwindled. There's a bigger demand right now than there are some of these online to buy. So this is why these are hot right now. This is why that if you want to make some money, you can. You got to dig into this and figure out which screens are the ones everybody wants. All screens are not the same. Certain models, certain versions will fit into these retro cases. So you've got to look into issues like that. For the most part, most people buy from 12 to 19 inches. 19 inches being the most popular version of this that I see. We'll just show you some prices here so you can get a gist on this. You can look these up yourself. Some of these can go for almost $1,000 right this minute. Even to this very day, there are 3 vintage CRTs on Craigslist in my local area right this very minute that are free. So if you want to get something, these things no one thinks there's a value in right this very second. So the door is wide open in this area for you to make a lot of money. This one went for $270, as I said. This one went for $230. Not the greatest model. It's a decent condition. It works. That's the key aspect of it. No one cares about the rest of it. People are adding Space Command and other things in here as a style, a design, I would guess you would say. Free shipping on this one, so they're not making a fortune. But again, these can be had almost anywhere in any town I've been in for $5 or less many times. And I mean many times. Another one, $211. This is an uglier one. It's a plastic unit, it looks like. They want the CRT off this. That's what they want. The cathode ray tube is all that matters in these in good condition. It's vintage electronics. It's worth taking apart these just to get the tube out to make something else out of them. DIYers are grabbing these up also to do the very same thing, to have a retro unit in their house. You just got to have the retro screen for these. And as I said, too many people don't want to mess with shipping them, or too many people don't know that these carry a value and are just walking by them or discarding them themselves. Another one, $190 basically on this one, plus shipping. This is a small 13-inch one with the remote. Another one, $170, another small 12-inch version with the remote. Here's a 1980s 19-inch. This one went for almost $800. It's immaculate. They want the tube. The less hours on a tube, the longer it'll last for who's ever buying it, and the more value it will hold. Here's another one. This one works. This is a Sony. Sony is a great brand for CRTs. This is one of the better ones that you would want to find. Some of these same companies made the arcade versions back in the day for those games. So these would be perfect fit for some of those. As I said, some of these can go for some insane amounts of money, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Everybody is discarding these right now, thinking they carry no value. Who knows how many of these have already went to the dump. Another one, $350. This is another clunky, junky looking one. A Sony. Sony is an excellent name in almost any of these. This would be a Japanese-made version. Excellent quality on this. $350, as I said. Sony again, another Sony, $420 for this one. The tube is what matters. You've got a 15-inch tube in this one. Now here's a 1980 Mitsubishi 19-inch, another fine quality brand from back in the day. Excellent tube. You can see it working. Nice colors. Modern screens just don't have that glow from these early CRTs. It's just a unique experience in my book. Sony again, $400. This is a different version. There's many sizes. This is much newer than some of those other ones. Even some of these Sony CRTs into the early 90s will still carry some incredible value. $400 as you see on this one. Now here's another gaming system TV that you will find. This is the Videosphere. This is mid-80s or so by JVC. Excellent, excellent one. $375. It's a smaller screen as well on these. Now along that same line, here's Panasonic's version of that from 1971. This is the Orbital Transistor TV, CRT as well. Excellent, excellent example. People would love to have this unit here. Now these units will sell as quick as you can list them almost any day of the week. Now this next one's by Montgomery Ward. Chances are Sony or someone like that made this screen. You can literally see the difference in the appearance on this. 19-inch, 1983. It's a big, huge, clunky, walnut-looking unit with a plastic box. $300, $125 to my location this would have cost to ship. Easiest way on these is paying somebody to ship them out and being done with it. Make a little less money, but you can flip them all day long that way. Here's a Mitsubishi, same thing, 1984. 19-inch TV, walnut plastic box as well, $300 plus $115 shipping. So there's no big issue with shipping these. Now we just give up a little bit of our profits on something like this. We'll drop it off and have it packed and shipped. It's covered that way. I don't have to worry about damage or anything else. It's a good profit margin either way I go with this. Now here's JCPenney's version of the 19-inch also, $300 plus $88 shipping. All depends on where you're located as to the cost of shipping on these. They've got it on, they've got an old TV show to show these off the best. Just a nice example of what these can do. $300 average on most of these certain brands. And one last time, Sony 1978 version of it, CRT, Rare Beauty they call it, $300 plus $40 shipping. This is a local one, so again, these are free many times. Right this very second in my local area, there are 3 available. There's only 3 real things you need to do about these. Research which ones sell the best. You got to test them before you buy them and have space to store them. That's about it. You won't have anything into them because these are so cheap right now to purchase because no one wants to mess with the hassle of shipping them. Again, just pay someone to ship them, make a little less money. You're still going to make some good money no matter how you do this. So that's what I have for you today. Well, there you are. Hopefully that gave you some ideas and some thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell a friend.
Profits, my friend, are the money we need to grow on. Nobody stands still these days. If everybody else moves ahead and you just stand still, you're actually falling behind. Just to survive, you got to grow, and you do it with profits. Only with profits. Profits expanded the business. created more jobs, let you move up. Profits give you your security, your chance for future advancement. Yes, sir. Profits have a big job to do.